Hey there, it's Brittany, and I am back today with a tutorial. We're going to make a necklace featuring some ice cream bead mixes. Today I pulled out mint chocolate chip and strawberries and cream, and I have a little bit of orange dreamsicle left. So I think I'm going to pull a little bit from each one of these. I also have this really cute pendant. I've had this for a while. It's a rose quartz pendant offered on jessiejamesbeads.com, and I think we're going to play around with it today. I was looking through my stash and I had a full pack of some leather, but I also saw that I had a little bit of this 0.5 millimeter orange leather left over from a previous project I did. You can make this necklace that I'm going to show you with bead string and wire, with cord, with leather, whatever strikes your fancy. But today this is what I had and this is what I wanted to use. We're also going to be using some of this enamel drop chain, and this is, I think, called Bright Teal. It's so gorgeous. So we're going to be having some fun. Just to start off, I'm just going to put both ends of my leather through the bail on the top of the pendant. Make sure those are aligned. And then I'm just going to bring it through the other side. I think this is probably a yard. I don't know if that will use the entire yard, but I'm going to bring it down to the middle and pull tight. So now we have our pendant attached to our leather. And I pulled out some of the beads from some of the mixes so far. I pulled out these from the mint chocolate chip. They're really cute turquoise looking crystals. And I pulled out some of the I call them potato chip spacers from both the strawberries and cream and the orange creamsicle. And I pulled out some rhinestone beads from the strawberry mix. So these are rhinestone ball beads. Some more of these, and I pulled out these funky looking guys from the orange creamsicle mix. They're really fun, and I'm gonna cut off some of the links from our chain, but we'll get to that. So if you're using leather on your necklace, there are so many different ways that you could do this, and today I'm just going to kind of go with the flow and see where it takes me. I'm just loving the pink with the orange and the turquoise, and we may get some green in there, but we'll see how it goes. I'm going to start, I think, with my crystal ball spacers right here, and then I'm just going to kind of start laying out some beads. And then, I have a couple more of those actually. Next, I am just going to kind of position these. It's not going to just go like that between my beads. We're going to do something kind of fun with those. I'm going to put those here. I have another one to go there. And then I'm just going to put some of the spacers kind of where I want them to go. And then my last two rhinestone balls up here, and those actually might go right here. I'm thinking I might add some more things up there, but this is just to get us started. So I am going to grab some wire. I have this artistic wire. It is gold color and it's 22 gauge. And I'm just going to cut a piece off. It doesn't need to be a very long piece. Just a few inches. And then I'm going to wire wrap one end. And if you're more comfortable making a simple loop, that's totally fine too. I'll hold that and then wire wrap that around. And I'll just cut my little tail there. And then I am going to put on my first orange bead with the point towards my wire wrap. Okay. Next, I'm going to create another loop at the bottom. You make these loops large or small, doesn't really matter. And before I close it, I am going to find my drop chain, my enamel drop chain. I'm going to cut off a little drop from the chain without cutting the bail, so there's just like a little jump ring there. I'm going to cut the jump ring. And then I'm going to slide that little drop onto my bead. And then close the wire wrap. And I'm going to do that 4 times for all 4 pieces of my tangerine or my orange creamsicle beads. And we'll just snip the tail. Now we've got a cute little dangle to use on our necklace. I'm going to go ahead and do that 4 more times. Okay, now that I've done that 4 times, I am going to string some beads onto my leather. And here is where you can make your executive decision whether you want your necklace to be knotted or you just want to use it as a stringing material. So I'm going to just slide some beads onto one of my strands. I'm going to start with my crystal rhinestone ball. Slide that down. Then I'm going to slide on my first crystal. And I'm going to put on one of the potato chip spacers to where the crease is facing down. So the arch is facing towards the bead, so it can kind of use it as a bead cap here. Then I'm going to take my first dangle and just thread it on. And then I will take my next potato chip spacer and do it the opposite way, so it's heading towards my next rhinestone, or my next crystal rondelle. I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to slide that all the way down so we can kind of see what that looks like. So here we go. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. And then I'm just going to put on my crystal ball. And here's where you want to make that decision. Are you going to knot the necklace? Are you going to string it all the way up? Whatever you'd like is what is going to be, you know, perfect. You know, this is where you can really personalize the necklace, customize your necklace. So here I am actually going to do a knot right here, because while I like seeing that like that, I want to make sure that this doesn't come loose. So I'm going to actually do a knot like this. We've already got one knot, and I'm just doing one right on top of it. And that'd be a great place to also put another bead if you want to have a bead above your pendant. I'm just going to slowly move that down towards my pendant. So you can see a little bit more of that orange, and it's not coming loose. All right, I'm going to slide these back down, and I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. I'm going to slip that down. And here's our necklace so far. So I'm seeing that these two are kind of competing for each room right here. So that's what I thought might happen. I'm just going to make a knot, kind of like we did at the beginning, but this one's just going to be in the first piece on one strand. walk it down. Okay, and that looks a lot better than having those two beads smooshed up against each other. So I'm going to go ahead and do it on this side. Now here we have the choice whether or not I will make another knot to make these kind of stationary. And I think I am going to make a knot. It's going to just give it a little bit of symmetry, but I'm not going to do it tight. So these beads can have some wiggle room. All right, so I'm going to do it close to the rhinestone ball, but I'm not going to do it right up against the rhinestone ball, if that makes sense. So right there, it's not moving. I mean, it's not right up against it. We see a little bit of space, but it's not so far away that you can't tell that it's one cohesive piece of the necklace. And we'll do the same on the other side. Bring it down towards that rhinestone ball, but not next to it, not right up against it. Here we go. So here is our necklace. I'm just going to straighten this out a little bit. I'm loving this so far. Now, there are so many different things we can do with this. I can just put a clasp on the back and we'll have a nice long necklace. I have the rest of the enamel chain that I could connect to the necklace, which I think we might do. And I mean, the options are endless. We have some matte gold chain by Jessie James Beads. There are so many different things that I can do, and I want to do them all. I am going to take my matte chain and I am going to weave my leather through it so we can see the leather and the chain at the same time. Now you can also just tie your leather to the chain and then chain the rest of your necklace. You could just use the leather or whatever stringy material you're using, but I want to use a couple different things just to give it some more interest. So what I'm going to do is start weaving my leather through each link of my chain, and once you start going, it's not going to take you that long. So if you'd like, you could probably skip a few links, but I'm going to go through each one. And it does matter if you go like back to front, front to back, but not so much that I'm going to take a ton of time doing a specific direction. So now you can see that this is threaded on, and I'll show you what we're going to do with it, but I need to get a few inches threaded on each side first, as long as I'd like my necklace to be. Okay, so I've threaded both sides of my necklace onto the chain, and I just wanted to show you something before I moved on. I'm going to end up spreading this out like this, but you could have it all bunched up down here, and that gives a really cool like gold focal point if that's something you're looking for. Now I just had a couple links to go on either side of my necklace, and I'm just going to do that really quickly. All right, so the right side of my necklace is finished, and I'm just going to stretch out this chain as far as it'll go while holding one piece down by the knot it is not secured anywhere on the necklace at this point. I'm just going to try and stretch it out. Some of the pieces, like I said, they're just going to lay the way they want to lay. But here we have it stretched out. Now I am going to grab a jump ring, and I pulled out a toggle from Jessie James Beads, and I'm going to attach my chain and my leather to the jump ring. So I'm going to attach the chain first, just like that. And I can move the leather out of the way when I need to. And then I am going to attach the jump ring to my toggle. All right, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side, and then we will work on getting that leather also secured to the jump ring. Okay. This side I had a couple more pieces to go through. Now I am going to pull my chain all the way up my leather so I can figure out where we want to attach it, keeping this piece down by the knot and just stretching it out as it'll go. So I'm going to take my leather and I am going to make a knot around my jump ring. Just a regular old knot. I'm going to do one more. Just like that, and then I'll grab some GS Hypo Cement or Super New Glue and dot that so it doesn't come undone. There we go. And we'll just pull that tight. And I'll just do the exact same thing on the other side. All right, so we'll give that leather a little trim. And we have ourselves a one-of-a-kind necklace. Now, the chain will stay down, even though it's not secured here. It will move around, but it'll stay down because of gravity. So once you're wearing the necklace, the chain will stay where it's supposed to be. And isn't that fun, having a leather and metal necklace with a beautiful centerpiece? I love it. Perfect for summer. Perfect to keep us cool during these hot summer months using the ice cream mixes from Jessie James Beads. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed and learned something, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks to Jessie James Beads for having me back. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.